Nintendo Wii. What a fucking disaster. There is only one word to sum up this system. Selfish. If you've seen my Finding the Wii video, you know this system is harder to find than fucking Osama bin Laden. Then if you find one online, it is usually some bundled bullshit where you have to buy 3 games and extra controllers. But I just want the system. When it comes to the Wii, things get bad as soon as you look at the box. I mean, look at this thing. All you see is white. In the past, Nintendo decorated the whole back of the box with games you can get. But this one doesn't have shit. Why? Because they don't got good games like the PS Triple. Getting to the system, the power cord is okay. At least it has a normal sized plug instead of hogging your outlets like other systems. But look at this big fucking box in the middle of the court. Why do I need this shit? I can do weight reps with this big ass thing. And you're not going to believe this. Cheap. No name batteries. Great. When you first see the manual, you are surprised by how thick it is. Wow. It must be very thorough. But when you open it, you find out that 90% of it is in a different language. What the fuck? Then they give you this brochure coupon for a free issue of Nintendo Power. That's cool. But then you open it up and see that they'll automatically send you a year's subscription after that. Fuck that shit. Those sneaky fine print bastards. Here is the console. As you can see, it is very small. Approximately the size of a computer's CD-ROM drive. On the side, you can plug in your GameCube controllers and memory cards. But fuck that. Did I buy the Wii to play some Wii or GameCube? On the front, there is also a compartment for your SD card, as well as a red sync button that programs your Wii remote. I can tell you one thing, play this for a while and this motherfucker will get hot. After a while, you could probably cook an egg on this bitch. Another thing that flips my shit is that the game system never fully shuts off. When you hit the power button, it goes into standby mode. What the fuck? Why does everything go into standby mode these days? Why can't it just shut the fuck off? No wonder why my electricity bill is so high. Nothing lets you shut it off anymore. So I just pull the goddamn plug. Here is the fucking Wiimote. This is one jacked up controller. I can sum up most of it in one word. Useless. It comes like this, out of the box. With a condom wrapped around it. Why does this have to be on it from the start? The controller makers know damn well that you have to put batteries in it before you use it. So why can't it come without the rubber on it? And if they want this grip on the controller permanently, why didn't they just build it onto the controller instead of making it removable? It's a crock of motherfucking shit. Putting this garbage back together can be pretty challenging. Fucking finally. So yeah, this takes 2 AA batteries. After doing a little experiment, I found that the batteries generally last for around 300 hours. So getting rechargeable batteries is essential. Or else you'll be paying out your ass in batteries. And you see this thing, the wrist strap. It is fucking worthless. The only people who need these are fucking noobs. I know I have seen accident pictures online. But these people are clearly weirdos. The button configuration on this controller is kind of shitty. The main button is A, and it is too close to the home button, which is right below it. If I am in the middle of a god-awful button masher, I cannot tell you how many times I hit the home button on accident. Bringing up the pause screen, interrupting gameplay. What a fucking load of vomit shit, since certain motions with a Wiimote now take the place of having to mash buttons for the most part. Wii games can no longer be classified as button mashers. They should now be called dildo wigglers. So for instance, if you buy Mortal Kombat on the Virtual Console, instead of traditionally calling it a button masher, you now call it a dildo wiggler. The Wii Remote also has vibration functions, as well as plays audio. Am I supposed to use this thing as a controller or a fucking speaker? So if you're shooting a gun in a game, you will hear gunfire sound effects out of the controller. Great. Another useless function to jack the price up. Another thing that flips my shit is the shape of the controller. It is exactly like a television remote control. I cannot tell you how many times I've grabbed this in the dark instead of the TV remote, only to discover a minute later the mistake I made. But this Wiimote. This thing is highly overpriced. $40 for a fucking controller. I can get a game for that much. If they eliminated the condom grip, strap, and speaker, this would make it far more affordable. But guess what? There is also another controller required for most of the games. That costs an extra $20. So count it, that is $60 in order to play a game. Fucking bitches. The Nunchuck is no better than the Wiimote. While the plastic feels sturdy, this thing feels fucking hollow. And listen to this shit. When you shake it, the Nunchuck sounds like a fucking maraca. I also don't like the button names. On the Nunchuck, the buttons are C and Z. These names rhyme. So if someone tells me to hit the Z button on my Nunchuck, I get confused. Did they just say C? Or did they say Z? The button should be C, and another button that doesn't rhyme with it. The button namers are fucking idiots. The thing that flips the serious cow down with this controller is the fucking cord. They make a big deal about how the Wiimote is wireless. Then you have to have a stupid-ass cord that connects the Wiimote to the Nunchuck. It's bullshit. To top it off, this cord is only 2 feet long. This may be alright for tiny pussy noobs, but my manly arms stretch out way longer than this shit. There is also another controller called the Classic controller. This, and this, is classic. Not this piece of fuck. The cord comes out of the bottom, just like the Dreamcast controller. And as you know, the Dreamcast isn't classic. It's a piece of shit. Once again you have to plug the fucking controller into the Wiimote. Great. Now it looks like a goddamn boat anchor. So count it. That makes 4 different controllers you need in order to play all the Wii games. It is getting to be fucking ridiculous. One game works with a Nunchuck. Then the next, you can only have the Wiimote. Then others only use the Classic. I am fucking confused. Nintendo even made a chart with explanations. Shit. This is as hard as figuring out how to start an Atari 2600 game. To continue on with this ludicrous charade, we have the Wii Sensor Bar. This thing is a selfish hog. If you're like me, you like to stack shit on the top of your TV. Whether it be DVDs, or a center channel speaker on your surround sound system. But guess what? This thing needs to be placed right in the center of your TV to work properly. It's fucking stupid. They call it a sensor bar. So why does it have to be in a certain place to sense? Why can't it just sit on the floor, or better yet be built into the Wii itself? The shit that gamers have to deal with these days. When I first saw this, I thought it would be the first thing to get broken on the system. Just look at how fucking thin the wire is. A piece of dental floss is thicker than this bitch. What the fuck? Why couldn't it be sturdy like the Nunchuck cord? I am scared to even mess with this cord and fear that it will split in 2. What a cheap piece of shit. This thing weighs a quarter of an ounce. A handful of my pubic hairs weighs more than this fucking sensor bar. And don't bust ass anywhere near this, or else you'll blow the sensor bar right off the top of your TV. Here is another problem I have to deal with. I have been watching this movie for about 20 minutes. Then I realized that there's no dialogue. Oh yeah, I forgot that I unplugged the center channel speaker in order to make room for the sensor bar. I fucking hate when that happens. Now that this thing is hooked up, let's get online to pawn some noobs. Fuck. But guess what? There is no fucking modem connection on this bitch. Even the Dreamcast had a connection for online play. But this piece of shit doesn't. People talk about how the Wii has 1999 graphics, so why doesn't it have a 1999 connection? It's bullshit. The USB Internet adapter just came. So that is another $20 you need to fork over to play online. Okay. Here is the fucking plug. Why did it come in a tube? Goddamn. It is as hard as fuck to get this tube opened. Motherfucker. Beating the first level of Contra is easier than getting this thing out. Why couldn't it just come in a box? This is bullshit. Okay. Now it is finally ready to go. You plug this prick into the USB. Then plug the Cat 5 into the Internet adapter. There. Now that wasn't so hard. You complicated motherfucker. Now let's fire up this white piece of shit and see what she's got.